The fellow behind this curtain you'll recognize from many television appearances. He's been on every major cable and broadcast network. He is an anthropologist, and he's a specialist in human consciousness, also a study of magic history. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul Draper. Good evening.
I'm Paul. What's your name?
Hi, Katie.
Katie. Nice to meet you, Katie.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Katie and Kelly. Good. Do you know each other?
No.
Excellent. I am an anthropologist, and I spent a lot of time on the Navajo reservation. The first time I came off the reservation with one of these, they thought it was something very different than it is.
Right.
So I was wandering around Navajo with an Apache shaman. And if you don't know already, the Apache are the natural enemy of the Navajo. One of the problems that he deals with on these reservations is joblessness, and in such, drunkenness. And so like the start of a bad story, we were wandering late at night and two drunk Navajo approached us and asked us for money. He pulled out a pillbox, and he said, "This is a pillbox, a medicine box. And inside of it is the medicine that you think you need. You think that you need money so that you can buy alcohol. But this is not the medicine that you need. You want the alcohol so that you will forget, so that you won't notice your own life." He said, "No, my friend Navajo, this is not my symbol, this is yours. This is the man in the maze, trapped forever by his own fear, his fear of himself, his inability to get past his own fears. And as long as you stay trapped inside of that maze, as long as you stay trapped by alcohol, you will always end up empty-handed." He looked at these two men and said, "Here's a coin for you and a coin for you. Go to the cafe in Tuba City and get sober. Another coin. Don't spend it. Remember me. I am Apache. I am your enemy. I walk this path every night. If I see you drunk again, I will kill you." And in the 2 months I spent at Navajo, I never saw those men drunk again. And that was the first time I ever saw a magician do good. I later published that and sent him the article. And he sent this back to me with a little note that said, "It's all right, I made myself enough." So, well, I transitioned my entire life and my entire career. I put into moving from the study of one group of people that wander through the desert with sheep to another. I was going to go to southern Iran and study the Bedouin. I wanted to be Lawrence of Arabia. I was transferred to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, got the grant money together, everything was ready for me to go to Iran. When, all of a sudden, 9/11 happened. So we were attacked by Afghanistan and went to war with Iraq and became angry at Iran. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it ruined my academic career. So I decided at that moment I was going to take a leap. I had paid my way through college by being a magician. And if ever I was going to be a magician, I'm in Las Vegas, now was the time. I went to the Venetian Hotel and Casino and said, "I would like to be a magician." And they said, "All right. But there's one condition. You have to pretend to be from the 1400s and Italian." And that's very difficult as I'm Jewish. Actually, I'm a Jew from Utah, so that sort of makes me a Jewman or a more Jew. So the working at the Venetian looked something like this. "Buongiorno, miei amici! Buongiorno, or buonasera, come stai? Mi chiamo Cesare, my name is Cesare." I had a dog named Caesar, so I named myself after my dog. "Mi chiamo Cesare. I'm a Gia for you, a canzone for you. Che bella cosa, una giornata di sole, l'aria serena, dopo una tempesta, per l'aria fresca, and so on. A lot of magicians think that this is the oldest trick known to man. It's not. The oldest trick known to man was performed by Didi for Pharaoh Khufu. He cut the head off of a live ox and brought it back to life. But they will not let me bring a live ox into the course of my day. Which is really too bad because I prepared a lot of ox. But Osobuco is on the menu. So, here we are. The first ball goes on the first cup, empty cups. First ball goes on the first cup, we tap, hit the table, the ball goes through. No, it's all right. I did have a half hour beforehand to practice that. The second time is an instruction because you know what to look for. You know exactly what you're looking for. The second ball goes on top, empty cups. We tap to the table, and the ball goes through. Huzzah! Hooray! We steal the line from the Excalibur. It's all right. Magicians don't applaud because they bought it for $7 when they were young. So, the third ball is on top like this. It stays on top until you hit the table. You have to tap the cup and hit the table for the ball to vanish. Take the wand. Excellent. Child's play. Tap the cup, hit the table, and the ball... It's my fault. I gave you the wrong end. They look very similar. Here we are. Just like this. Tap the cup, hit the table, and the ball vanishes. It reappears there. Give her a round of applause. It's funny. A lot of people think that the way this works is that there's a hole in the bottom of the cup. There is not, however, a hole in the bottom of the cup. It just looks that way. Up here is Di Vernon. He performed this trick far better than I did. He uses silver cups and had bigger balls. I don't know why that's funny. From Salt Lake. So, the magicians in the audience are waiting for me to produce a lemon. I will not. After years and years of performing around the Venetian, wandering around, talking to people and saying to them, "Buongiorno, signori, do you like rainbows? Go downstairs and gamble." It's not a political message. I just like rainbows. West Hollywood, you know, this is a very dangerous effect to do in this time and place, as you all voted it down. Here we go. So, after working as a magician on the floor, they asked if I could tell if people were lying or not. And in truth, we can all tell if someone's lying or not. You can usually tell if someone's lying to you, can't you?
Sometimes.
Most of the time you can tell.
Yeah.
If there's someone very close to you, it's hard to tell because we just put a blanket of trust on it. But if it's someone we've never met before, it's easy to see right through it.
Yeah.
So, I had a little bit of knowledge on truth-telling and the human universals therein, and because it was a substantial pay increase, I said yes. And my lie detector test started with a paper lunch sack, and because I looked in the mirror this morning and thought I'm just not fat enough, a bag of candy, 1 green, 4 purple. Earlier in the week I had green and red, until I found out that there's a certain percentage of Magic Castle members who are red-green colorblind. And the trick has a failure rate. If they don't know what color they have, it doesn't work. So that never happened to me before. So, the two of you are going to help me by being my lie detectors, to help me find the liars in this audience. Because women's intuition is equal to about 20 years practice. Okay. You know it's true. If you grab a piece of candy, I'm going to stand behind you here. If you reach in and get a piece of candy, grab it in your fist, don't look at it. Grab it in your fist, don't look at it. Reach inside, pull a piece of candy, sir. Reach inside, pull a piece of candy. Let's go over here, a piece of candy for you. To the left, a piece of candy for you. Don't look at it. Reach inside, last piece of candy. Perfect. If at this moment I was able to tell you exactly who had which piece of candy, I would be a god among men. Yes. No one has that ability. No one can just look and do it. Because at this point, none of them know which piece of candy they have. So I want you at this point to peek at your piece of candy, glance at it, don't let anyone else see. This time we had 4 purple and 1 green. Yes. So all of you will answer the same way. All of you will answer, yes, I have the green piece of candy. I did this morning for a group of Japanese business.